All right, welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at this, the Subminimal Nanofoamer. And this is a video that I've been really excited to make. I've wanted to do it for a long time because I was very curious whether this thing could live up to the claims they were making in their advertising. That this handheld whisking, stirring device could create true latte art quality microfoam. And today, that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Now, as a quick disclaimer, this unit was sent to me by Subminimal to take a look at. However, as always, that will have zero impact on the contents of this video or the opinions expressed in it. If you do want to check out this device, I will have it linked down in the description below. So the first question that really comes to mind with something like this is, why does it even exist? You can create lattes on an espresso machine, or you can use something like a $10 whisk from Amazon if you want to get foam cheaper. The price difference between these two systems is not insignificant. Not to mention, there also are other systems like Nespresso's foaming whipping capsules that they also make, and they do a good enough job. They create foam, you can put them in your lattes or cappuccinos, and it adds texture, and it's pretty much good enough for, I would say, 95% of people. However, if you've ever tried one of those systems, which I have, it kind of just makes blobby, coarse foam. Some are better than others, but in general, I have yet to find a system that can make true latte art quality microfoam. And that is what this is claiming to do. Now, if it can live up to those claims, it really opens a wide world of possibilities for other great machines that don't have steaming capabilities, like that one. The Flare 58 is one of my personal favorite, and in my opinion, still one of the best bang for your buck espresso systems out there. You can make incredible quality espresso with that, but obviously you cannot foam. So if you're someone who mainly drinks espresso, but wants the occasional milk-based drink, or has a guest coming over that might want a latte, then something like this comes into play. Not to mention, this is also completely portable. So if you have something very small, like a Pico Presso for camping, you can also throw this in the bag as well. And in the box, it actually comes with a little protective sleeve so that you won't go bending the shaft or damaging it in any way, kind of like an electric toothbrush. Also in the box, you get a little mounting sleeve. If you want to put it up in your kitchen, you can have it hanging on a wall, which is kind of nice. And you also get a shockingly short USB-C cable because the newest versions of the Nanofoamer are rechargeable. However, all of that is really good for nothing if this doesn't do what it says. So why is this any different than this, a $10 frother? The first difference, and the one that you will notice when you turn it on for the first time, is this thing spins fast. It has two settings, but even in the lowest one, it is hustling. So that's one difference, but the way bigger difference, and if you take one thing away from this video, what I really want to get through is that this is using a fundamentally different technique for foaming than this, and that is why they are able to make the claims that they do. This is a whisk. I'm sure some of you have used this, and it essentially brings air in a very coarse fashion, and it spins milk outwards. The Nanofoamer is not doing that. It actually has blades, which are forcing milk outward in this direction through a fine screen. And that technique is patented, and they actually include two screens in the box, a fine screen and a super fine screen. In my opinion, I have only used a super fine screen. It is the one that I would recommend you guys use if you truly want to make latte art. So it has a fundamentally different method. Does it work? The answer is yes. From the very first time that I used this, it made pretty darn good foam. And what surprised me right off the bat is that the technique for steaming, or well, not steaming, foaming using the Nanofoamer is very similar to if you were steaming. You do a short air introduction phase, and then you bury the whole device and simply create a vortex. Now, you don't have to do this for nearly as long as steaming because you aren't handling the actual heating portion. You just need to get the air in, get it integrated, and then you can stop, which takes really only about 15 or 20 seconds. Now, obviously, the one big difference is that that milk has to be heated beforehand. You need to be using hot milk and then steaming it. And there are kind of two downsides to this. One, you obviously need some way to heat this. So you can either use their milk pitcher and put it on a stove or a camp stove or something to warm that. Or you can do what I did, which was microwave milk and then put it into the pitcher for steaming. Now, obviously be careful. Microwaving liquids to make them hot can be dangerous. There are ways to do it safely, but just a quick disclaimer there. However you decide to heat your milk and get it into the pitcher is one caveat, and the other part is that as you are integrating air using this device, you're going to lose temperature. So the initial temperature that you heat your milk to needs to be slightly hotter than the end drinking temperature that you want. So it is not unmanageable. You're not going to make cold drinks with this, but you do have to adjust. So with those two notable downsides, the Nanofoamer actually comes with one pretty notable upside that I don't hear many people talking about, and that is that this is obviously creating completely dry foam. There is no added moisture or water being added in like you sometimes get on lower end espresso machines that aren't creating perfectly dry steam. So once you learn the technique for this foam you are getting is fantastic. And I am no latte art expert, but the results that I was able to get are essentially equal to what I was getting steaming on the best espresso machines that I own. That is not to say that this is some magic device. Just like using a full-size espresso machine, you need to learn the technique. It is somewhat manual. It's not like those Nespresso frothers where you put your milk in, press a button, and walk away. There is some manipulation that you have to do to make this thing work. However, at the end of the day, is the Subminimal Nanofoamer worth it? I think absolutely yes. If you are someone who falls into that subcategory of people that would utilize this, meaning that you need a portable frothing solution, or you have some kind of analog machine that doesn't have steaming capabilities, then this is an awesome device for you. You can pull it out occasionally, or you can pull it out daily. It completely works for either of those scenarios. Also, if you have someone who has something like an espresso or a simple espresso system with poor steaming, I think this would make an awesome gift. I would genuinely rather use this than some very low-end espresso machine steaming setups. It makes better foam, and in the end, the workflow is maybe actually faster because, like I said, you don't have to heat the milk when using this. So once again, if you want to check out the Nanofoamer, I will have it linked down in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and even consider subscribing if you want to see some more like it in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.